This potential recipe for disaster just arrived in San Diegan's mailboxes. Hundreds upon hundreds of pages of election material accompanying a ballot that's also pages long. All that on top of an election expected to produce a record turnout.
10 News reporter Riel Creighton is live in our newsroom. Riel, election officials are encouraging voters to mail it in this year.
Yeah, Kim and Steve, it's because it will save you a whole lot of time. You may have already received some of this in the mail. This is your voter information guide. This is another voter information guide that includes your sample ballot. This is another voter information guide, and this is a supplemental information just for Measure C and D. And if you were in need of some more light reading for Encinitas, this is just for Measure T. This year, you want to make sure that you go to the polls prepared.
This county has never had 2 cards per ballot. Right? Never has had a 2-card ballot before.
For Registrar of Voters Michael Vu, 33 days until Election Day, and they've never had one like this.
We have 468 candidates that are going to be on the ballot. There's 623 different types of the official ballot that we have to print.
They're preparing for record turnout, what could be as high as 84%. This is not the time to come up and show up to the polls without doing your homework.
That's correct. There's just so many items that are on the ballot for this upcoming election.
For the first time in San Diego County history, this is your sample ballot this year. It is both front and back, and there are more than one. So much, says Vu, that if you put it on one long sheet of paper and measured it out, it would be over 6 long feet of measures and contests to be voted on.
This is my 6th presidential elections. I've been at this for 20 years, and I've never seen anything quite like this election.
Just one county-wide measure alone, Measure B, the Lilac development, is 694 pages. For those who live in San Diego, your reading material could be in the thousands. And say you haven't studied and haven't done your research.
If you're going to start studying up inside that voting booth and you're starting to cram to try to ingest all of the voting materials in front of you, it could take a very long time.
Which he says could mean very long lines on Election Day. To avoid it this year more than any other, says Vu, vote by mail.
Good advice.